Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. I think we gotta do this. I think being aggressive is good. Here's the thing. These armies are not very large. There's some impressive units in them, like a mammoth is kinda scary. Skin wolves are kinda scary. But I think we can defeat these without getting so weak that we're going to be threatened by 13 units. I think. So we want to engage with... Guthrie doesn't have lightning strike, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, we want to engage with Grombrindle on the tiny army. Just lightning strike them out real fast. It's still 2 mammoths. Man, should I do this manually? You know what? I think I should do this manually. I know this is a little silly, but I'm really concerned that if we hit that auto-resolve button, it's going to blow up all of my low-health units. You can probably tell I've had some bad experiences in the past with low-health units in auto-resolve because I'm very paranoid about that. So, we have a lot of cannons, and the cannons should be extremely good against the mammoths. The guys on horseback may be able to outrun them, as we've seen a couple of times in the past, but mammoths are nowhere near that fast. The cannons should just tear them up really easily. And then we still have enough iron breakers to withstand a charge, I think. I think we should be alright here. Oh, wow. It's raining. I don't know that I've ever seen rain before in Total War. Alright, looks like the cannons are just about at optimal range already.
Show us that target, Lord.
These could be a little further forward, probably. We're not going to be able to... If I put them all the way at the very, very front, can they... No, they still can't hit from the starting position. So I think I'm going to keep them kind of near the other artillery, mostly because I'm concerned about being able to protect them. Everything out here is cavalry, so we got to be wary of that. Are the Horsemasters missile cavalry? I think they are, right? Yeah, okay. So we got to be a little bit cautious with our gyrocopter. And then the Lord himself is just a guy with an axe, right? Check out these mammoths. Just for a sense of scale, here's a dude. And this guy's Norskin, so he's probably a little bigger than the average human dude. And there's your mammoth. And they have that claw thing that, you know, all elephant-like creatures have. Actually, really, really awesome and terrifying. The modelers did such a good job with Norskin. Like, all of the Norskin units look so cool. Alright, let's do the thing. Let's kill all of the bad guys. Bad, of course, being a relative term that means not me. Anybody who's not me is the bad guys. That's called human morals. Alright, so how do we want to set up around our guys here? I guess iron breakers at the front kind of makes sense because we are going to have mammoths coming through the front. And then we'll use, like, the warriors to pad the sides. Man, we really, really don't have a lot of warriors. Like, if we stack these 2 units over here and this 1 unit over here, we just got to be aware of the Horsemasters. And then you guys can be around the back and be a little bit better defended. Okay, we do have Fireball. Weak against armor. Alright, well, I don't think that mammoths are armored. Not these mammoths. There are armored mammoths. Those are terrifying. These guys have 50... Okay, so the Fireball should be pretty effective. Let's do the thing here. And let's make sure that we are targeting a mammoth. Like I said, I don't think we're going to have much of a chance of taking out the Horsemasters before they get to us. But let's all focus in. If we can kill one of these mammoths, or at least get it to run away before it gets into range to really do anything, that would be great. I'm going to run the gyrocopter around here. Let's see if we can harass the mammoths as they approach without getting killed by the marauders. What would be best is if I can get to the side of the marauders here and just run through them with the bombs. It looks like they're not... Okay, now they're turning. I assume that their attacks will not be terribly damaging against us, but you can see we're already suffering some leadership loss. Yeah, and they're faster, and they can tell. You can tell that they can tell when I'm issuing orders, even beyond the actual movement of my units. Because as soon as I clicked over here, they started turning around. We're gonna have to go for bombs on the mammoth. Okay, we did some alright damage there. Here you go, this is what you really want. See how that leadership is dropping? The secret to not getting killed by a mammoth is not getting hit by a mammoth because it's too scared to fight you. Never mind, it rampages. Alright, I'm gonna try to use this on these guys, because I don't know if... I don't think the fireball can miss due to bad movement. The fireball can definitely miss, but I think when a fireball misses, it's because, you know, there was a hit roll that didn't happen right. I'm going to back up the ranged rather than running the melee forward because we got to stay set to receive the charge. I believe that reduces the damage you take from the charge. I'm actually not 100% certain of that. Alright, you guys know what to do. Get in there. Hey, fire that fireball. Yes, yeah. It just like hit the ground. Okay. The mammoths are suffering some morale problems. I'm going to try to have the ranged fall even more back. Like, can you guys get all the way back here? It looks like the cavalry have no interest in coming around to the backside, which is good for us, I think. So we should probably order these guys to move individually. Yeah, I mean, we're getting it. This is not as bad as I was afraid it was going to be. Mammoths are a little scary. So both of the mammoths are fleeing now. Which I guess means that we can turn the ranged around.
Move to attack.
Guard mode off. Never stop chasing.
To the forge.
You can stop chasing, that's okay. Their lord is the lord is getting iron breakered.
Take to the air.
Come on. All we have to do is get all four of them to flee at the same time. You guys should fall back.
Plow through.
Yeah, if all four of them are fleeing at the same time, no matter how much health they have left, the battle is over. Even for a split second, if I can just get them all to be panicked at the same time. Alright, come on. Come on, get this guy. Nope, the other mammoth unbroke.
Nothing can stop us.
Alright, you get him. They got... I think the ranged have this one. Ah, they keep... Their units keep unbreaking. This is very frustrating.
Shoot the Vortex.
Iron breakers can get that guy, actually. Have everybody else focus over here. Yeah, and those grenades. Holy crap. That poor mammoth. Well, the good news is he seems to be pretty focused on units that I don't think he's going to successfully defeat. Alright, this mammoth is actually broken, like permanent running away. There we go, he's permanently broken. Okay. Took a little bit more damage there than I would have liked. I was hoping that we could cause some retreats earlier. 36 losses, yeah, that's not great. I still think this is probably a better outcome than if we had hit auto-resolve. Auto-resolve has a tendency to kill low-health units and overvalue the amount of damage that ranged can do. So I bet these guys would have gotten a lot of kills and seriously overvalue the damage ranged can do in some circumstances. Yeah, I mean, as far as a 4-unit army goes, honestly, this one's not bad. And, like, as a reinforcement army, a small force that's mostly made up of cavalry is actually pretty great. I will say that I don't understand why these horse masters and these 2 mammoths are in this army following Throg around instead of in Throg's army, due to the fact that Throg's army isn't full. But if Throg's army had been full, I think this is a reasonable secondary army to be carrying. I guess I don't know if Norskins suffer the same sort of logistical penalty for running multiple armies that everybody else does, because it's not actually everybody else. I'm pretty sure the Bretonnians don't have it. So sometimes factions that have different economic expectations have different rules. Boy, they really didn't have a lot of money on them. Okay, Cormac Ingerson down. Apparently, I am considered to have defeated Throg. That's a really good bonus. I won a battle that Throg could have been a part of if things had been slightly different, so that counts. That's pretty great because it means that we're going to engage the battle with Throg with Guthrie, and that means that both of them are going to have that trait now.
You know who I am.
And a bonus versus large is a good thing to have when fighting Norska. Okay, so we have all of Grombrindal's blue stuff. I guess I was redlining him. Yes, that's right, because I wanted Flash Bomb. Yep, that makes sense. We're starting to look a little raggedy. We've really got to get Krakadrak, because we need a place up here where we can replenish. We need a way station. Alright, now Throg should be a better battle for us. It kind of depends on where Grombrindal comes in. This is a relatively healthy army. In good spirits, with a leadership bonus, against Norskins that were caught marching. So we could just hit auto-resolve here. I'm trying to determine if I think auto-resolve is a good idea or not. We have more range than they do. I'm just going to auto-resolve it. I think this is... Yeah, this is going to go very much in our favor, and also it might actually do better than I will. Strategic auto-resolves are important when you're really on the march here. Oh hey, 2 battles against Norska. I kind of forgot about this. I mean, like, I knew we were going to get it, but... So now I have to capture and occupy Kaze de Bordkarag up there, which we are headed on our way to do anyway. The White Dwarf approaches Krakadrak, but the Norse dwarves are famously cautious, especially when facing cunning pawns like those sent by the vile god of magic and trickery. To best enact vengeance on this misdeed against the Dawi of Krakadrak, Grombrindal must first gain their trust. You know, I do feel a little bad. I was thinking, like, this is probably the best way to survive, to do well. But I did just kind of deprive you guys of getting to see a big Dwarf versus Norska battle, and it would have been our first real battle against them, but I guess it's not a big deal because, trust me, we are going to fight some Norskins. That is a thing that is going to happen. How much movement do you have left? 22. Just barely not enough to set an ambush. Well, let's stand real close to one another. Okay, who else do we have? Oh yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm doing with Ungrim. Ungrim is far enough forward that we can hit Kradtommen, but I don't think we'd be successful there. And I was waiting for this guy to replenish a little bit more. Yeah, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna underway over to here. We're in a position now where we can respond to him no matter which direction he goes in, and I'm just gonna let him move and we'll see what happens. Right, who else needs orders? Kurgan. Just keep running up the road, I guess. A lot of strategic locations over here. Huh, it's interesting that this one is untyped, or at least it doesn't say what type it is. That one's special for the Norskins. Well, it seems like Hexawaddle has had no problems dealing with their Norskins. Okay, we're getting... Wow. You talk like that all the time, huh? We're getting some love here. Fighting chaos is an easy way to make friends. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now we'll have some friends over here to back us up in case we come over here to deal with the Blue Vipers and things go horribly awry. And I assume Okay, he's dealing in a friendly way with the lore masters, so that should get us some love from the lore masters as well as the fighting chaos.
Army's mustered.
So yeah, we're on a good track to establish a big coalition that unfortunately will of course break down as people backstab each other. Hopefully each other, not me. Oh yeah, we retook Eastern Sylvania, so we get all of our growth back. Someday, Castle Drakenhof will be max level, I swear. And then we have the money for small settlement upgrades. I think we've gotten all of our really expensive stuff out of the way. So on this coming turn, we might consider actually recruiting that 7th Army. Just gonna pop through real quick. Is there anything else really? Oh, I do need to get a real forge going in this region, so I guess we need money for that. It's gonna be quite a bit of money, but also it's gonna be over a long period of time. Trying to see, is there any place else where we're like where we need to do a level 5 upgrade? Okay, here we do. Yeah, okay. So we're not putting that 7th Army together just yet. We're almost at 20k income though. Man, I don't know. These armies are in rough shape. Oh, that's right. We got to take Erengrad. Let's fall west, take Erengrad, and we'll use that as a place to rebuild. Also, hey, we're finally about to get to Zoishank. We'll go north around the mountains to make sure we hit that on the way out. We are so close to being done with Grimgor and his nonsense. I still think it's fun to fight greenskins, like... They have fared better, in my estimation, as an opponent than the Vampire Counts did. And we're gonna get real tired of the Warriors of Chaos at some point here. Oof. Alright, full stacks of Warriors. Unfortunately, Kislev may have to deal with some of this themselves. We gotta get our army put back together. I hope that there aren't a lot of Norskins left in the area. Because after we take Erengrad, we're gonna need a turn or two to replenish. Ah, our units were assaulted. Alright, here's hoping these Varg don't think it's worth coming over here. I think we would win if we fought them, but I think it would be very costly. This camera move is terrible. And the funny thing is, like, when it's your turn and you click somewhere across the world, the camera moves really quickly. Hey, dude! We have deals. We have a non-aggression pact. What are you doing? Oh, it was a critical failure, too, so the guy who tried it is wounded. Kurgan Granite Hand can defend himself. And in fact, he's blessed, because he's been the target of unsuccessful hero actions so many, many, many times. Oh, the Puppets of Chaos were destroyed. Looks like Nagarond, which is the main Dark Elf faction, is going to war with absolutely everybody. Morkar Gorefester. Man, that is the most Chaos Warrior's name I have ever heard. Actually, that's not true. There's a boss character in Vermintide 2 who has a pretty good Warriors of Chaos Servant of Nurgle type name. I can't remember what it is right now. Hail Spit Burble Spew or something. Alright, tell me Clan Mulder does not have an army nearby that's ready to just, like, pluck my dudes here. Nope, okay, we are being assaulted constantly by wandering heroes. Yeah, we gotta get to a place where we can put up some walls. It looks like the world is faring pretty well. Oh, Sartha Ak went into ambush stance directly next to us. That actually could be a little bit of a problem. Dune Kingdoms are, okay, doing sandstorms. We got our March Speed thing. Krag's Strongarm is inflicting public order. Okay, this is bad. We need to go south then. Sartha Ek is right here, and he's in ambush mode, and I'm worried that we might accidentally trigger that ambush if we're not extremely careful. So I think we need to approach Erengrad, but we need to do it like this. River crossing, and then river crossing. Actually, You know what I'm not clear on? Can people in ambush mode trigger their ambush on you if you underway move through the ambush circle?
First for war.
Because if the answer to that question is no, the best thing to do is definitely just do this. The thing is, if the answer to that question is yes, then we're going to lose one of these armies for sure.
The White Dwarf.
And if we're going to lose one of these armies for sure, it should be Grombrindal's, because Grombrindal can't die.
Onward.
Guthrie can still be killed. We'd have to get Guthrie to level 20 to gain the immortality trait. And right now I think he's pretty valuable. He also has the Horn of the Ancestors, and I would hate to lose it, because it seems to be incredibly good.
I'm here
So,
now.
let's see what happens.
Woman.
Oh! This happens! Morlock was over here the whole time! Oh no. Well, this is bad. I'm debating the auto-resolve versus the manual resolve here. So we have one unit of organ gunners, and it's only 3 organ guns, not 4. How are we going to do this? So they have a Hell Pit Abomination, they have Gutter Runner Slingers, these Death Runners are terrifying in melee, they have 5 units of Storm Vermin, 2 of which are actually still at full health. We can't win this fight. We can't win this fight, and I think that the auto-resolve is probably going to kill more of them than I would kill manually because we're heavier on range than they are, so I'm going to hit auto-resolve here, and, oh! I was expecting us to die. Okay, well, I'll take that. Yeah, I was thinking our auto-resolve death would do more damage to them than me manually killing all my units against them, and then that would make it easier for Guthrie to get out of here.
Aye.
But okay, I'll take that. So hey, we got a shield breaker.
Time for a reckoning.
Okay. The good news is, Irongraud's not very well defended, and Guthrie's army can take it by themselves.
You know
And then we can use this region to rebuild a little bit. Yeah, I was expecting Grombrindal to just get wiped there. We are definitely, like, way deep in enemy territory here. We gotta be smarter.
Slayer in me seeks death.
And we need those armies from the south to come up and help. Alright, I think he's probably going to go to Dringo Rakaz. There's really no way to know.
Iron will.
As much as I would love to use this opportunity to push on Clan Moors, like, we really don't have that option.
It's as good as done.
So let's see. He's not actually mustering. I'm gonna underway move us to here. We'll still get a little bit of replenishment on our side of the line. We'll see what comes of this. So if he goes west, Crag is in a better position to hold him, so I guess I'm gonna move
Beards in belts.
Ungrim back to this side, and hopefully we can get to a position where I can lure him out of Crowdtommen soon, because he's gonna start recruiting a second army at some point. I really just want to get this chapter of the game finished. Okay.
Orders.
Other heroes.
Onward.
I guess I'm not running along the road anymore. Wait, is this a road? Yeah, this is a road. Okay, so we can see where Dark Elf country begins and Lizardman country ends. There is so much cool stuff over here in the New World. I don't have any idea what all this stuff is. Probably some of this stuff has lore significance. I don't know, probably not all of it, but... you know what? I was just getting XP with him, but we can actually harass Grimgor's army a little bit. And we're definitely moving toward Iron Readiness. This is going to be so good. When we can just start making the core of all of our armies Iron Breakers. So then we have all this money. The first thing I want to do is jump up here and take Karak Ungor to max level. We'll probably leave the growth buildings in place for a minute until Khazad-Urkalaz is also maxed out. Nashrek's Lair gets to get topped off. We gotta build armory here, and then I guess there's no good reason for me not to make a ranger barracks. We'll put together a drinking hall in Nashrek's Lair once it's upgraded, and that way we can get Bugvin's Rangers here as well. In Karaza Karak, we've hit max. We've hit population enough to max out one of the other settlements. So we're pretty close to doing away with the growth buildings here. Yeah, we're making a ton of money per turn, but we absolutely can spend it all. We have a lot of things to spend it on.
Send me to vengeance.
Yep, Thorgrim and Stromny need to sit still for another turn, which is a shame because these guys need backup so badly. Actually, Kislev probably needs backup worse. Kislev's trying to put together armies, but I don't know that they're going to survive another push from Chaos. At least the main Kislev settlement is very, very well defended, so hopefully it will hold until we can come back and save them. Yeah, man, we're actually going to spend a lot of time up north fighting Chaos, I guess, because we have... wow, he's really expanding. We have to wipe out both of the main Norscan factions. It's going to be a lot. We're going to be real tired of them by the time we're done. What a weird thing to do. Why did he walk out like 2 feet? Alright, the Wood Elves are declaring war on Norska. I don't know that they necessarily will actually do anything, but it would be cool if they did. Actually, do they still hold... Yeah, okay, the Wood Elves hold Gorsel, so they have territory that's very, very close to Norska. They actually probably are a real threat to them. You know what would be really cool is if the Order of Lore Masters would come over here, because the Order of Lore Masters is showing as being, like, considerably more powerful than I am. I guess maybe they have their own problems, Dark Elf-wise. This is probably the area of the map up here in the upper left that I know the least about. Might be a, there might be a Dark Elf campaign in the future of the channel. Uh-oh, the Dune Kingdoms were destroyed. Is that bad for me? Do I care about that? No, I mean, Khemri is the faction that I really care about.
Greetings. You no doubt.
I kind of can't believe we're the only people who have a defensive alliance with Kislev. Kislev is so important, and also looking real small. Still, military alliance is a bad idea, but yeah, we gotta step up. Well, on this turn, provided that they didn't get obliterated here, and we already had Norska's turns happen, so I think they're fine. On this turn, we get to start marching dwarves to the north again. Still don't have any idea what all these Tillians are doing, but I think I'm gonna maybe wall up all of the settlements along our western border here. They're starting to make me a little nervous. They sure do feel that it's important to run a lot of militaries around the border between our territories. Okay, so Fort Ostrosk is Skaven. We're coming to reclaim those dwarf holds, but it looks like it might be a minute. Alright, Sirtha Ek is trying to ambush nonsense. He's still moving down into Kislev territory. Quest issued. Recruit a runesmith. Okay, I can do that. I don't know that we need another runesmith, but I certainly can recruit one. Does the white dwarf commune with the ancestor gods? This is a question oft asked by longbeards at the fireside as they drink long into the night. Some say, of course, whereas others believe he is an ancestor god himself, and a few think he has no more influence in this area than any other pious Dowie. Whatever the case, there have been persistent tales throughout the ages that Valea looks upon Grombrindal with fondness, and even some sagas proclaiming that they were lovers at the dawn of history. After all, it is her cloak which shrouds the legendary dwarf warrior. And so it was that Grombrindal received a vision from the goddess, a new rune to be sewn into his cloak with threads spun from the hair of dwarf maidens from the temple of Valea in Everpeak. The rune will light the darkest reaches of the Karazankor, and reveal a hidden evil to the White Dwarf. Okay, I can certainly recruit a Rune Lord. I don't know what that Rune Lord's going to do, but we can definitely recruit one. Alright, let's get this done. This is the most important thing we're going to do this turn. And also, once we have this, we can start cleansing this area of chaos corruption and not have to worry so much about all of this attrition that we're constantly suffering. This is a very important way stop.
Slay the Oathbreakers.
Alright, we should probably manual this. Probably. The good news is they don't really have anything ranged here, so we're gonna get some good damage. Nothing ranged and nothing fast. So we're gonna get some good damage off on them before they make contact with us. It is a little bit of a shame that, first of all, these armies are a little siege light in the first place, or at least Guthries is. And secondly, no cannons, because cannons really tear trolls apart. Okay, reinforcements coming in from directly behind us. I think that probably means it is in our best interest to start close to them. God, this is a sad artillery corps. That's not what I wanted. Just thought I could get a little bit higher. Okay, well. Actually, maybe I want to start, like, all the way back. Make them come to us. Yeah. Let's start all the way back. This will give the artillery from the other army the smallest amount of running to do. And they don't really have any range to speak of, so there's no reason not to have our melee in front of our ranged. Let's put a couple units of Slayers over here, a couple units of Slayers over here. Runesmith and Engineer and Guthrie the Mighty. I gotta say, Guthrie's done some fine work for us. Who is that? That's a unit of normal Slayers. Alright, I think they will approach us, even though they don't have to, because they're Norskins, and I don't know, waiting around and being careful just doesn't really seem like their thing. So they have one unit of ranged, and it's an infantry unit, so we don't have to worry too much about our gyrocopters. They'll be fine. It actually really sucks that the artillery came in over here behind the hill, because we, like, for the sake of the cannons and stuff, we need to set them up over here. I guess the catapult could stay here, but then I have to split up my army in kind of a weird way to defend it. This is it, huh? This is his whole army? We've seen better days, I guess. Alright, let's get some good stuff done with this gyrocopter, shall we? So where are their... Okay, these guys are their axe throwers. I want to make sure we get... They have some Marauder champions. There we go, over here. These units have... the Marauder champions have much better armor and are just generally a lot tougher, and I want to make sure they get the bombs.
Nothing can stop us. Will do.
Okay, that's a pretty good start. And it kind of looks like they're not going to focus on my gyrocopters with their range at all, so yeah, let's just let them have it. Okay, guard mode off. Stay on that guy. Do not ever stop shooting those guys. Now, the trolls are technically the most dangerous in terms of damage that they're going to deal to us, but they're also very low on armor and not so good at leadership. So I'm confident we can make them break and flee. Right, so we got some Marauders with great weapons. Hold on, let's make sure that all of these guys are focused on the trolls first. Those are the most important. The Marauders with great weapons have armor piercing, as you might expect, so we do have to be a little wary of that. Plus, I like this. Any shots that are slightly overshooting on these guys are just going to hit the champions, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I think they're going to have a really hard time getting a lot done in this battle, which is good, because these armies need to be in shape where if we get attacked on this coming turn, we don't immediately die. And then after that, things will be a lot easier. So these guys are the next ones to care about. Actually, oh wow, we're taking some significant damage already. What I was about to say there was, actually, I don't know how these things are at armor piercing, and we should check. Yep, 24 of their 31 damage, and also they have shield breaker. Okay, well that doesn't matter. We don't have a shield. But yeah, actually we don't want the gyrocopter to stand there and fight those guys. That's terrible for us.
Slayers! Range far! Range fast! Strike out!
Alright, this should be pretty successful for us. Dwarves should beat Marauders straight up, like, quite eeasily. See if we can grab these guys and keep them off of the Slayers, because obviously we want the Slayers not to be fighting stuff that is looking at them. Always best if you can get your Slayers dropped on people who have their backs to them. I guess I'm going to refocus the artillery on these guys. The catapult could maybe do some work over here. I'm going to manually target it kind of far away from our troops. And then, honestly, like, all of you guys shoot at that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're almost done here, right? Yep, so wrap around on that. And I think we're in pretty good shape.
War of vengeance!
Make sure we get a good wrap around here.
Charge! Move now! Bring them down! Fire on the foe! Do we attack?
You guys might endure a small amount of catapult fire, but
The runes
come on, you're tough. You're dwarves. You'll get through it. It's like the Norskins didn't even make it to us on this side. Let's have the gyrocopter get rid of their lord if we can.
That's an order!
Something tells me those trolls are not actually going to make it back over here.
To the end!
Yeah, and I think we're all ready. Wait, where's that catapult? Stop firing.
All dead I'll get 'em.
Okay, that was easy enough. Yeah, Norskins are going to feel a lot like Greenskins in combat, in that a lot of our tactics are going to be about reducing their leadership. But I think a good way to think of them is that Norskins are like Greenskins, where the worst units are orcs, right? They don't have anything comparable to, like, the Goblin Swarm. And they actually have more monsters. So, like, bigger. It's a bigger Greenskin army, basically. Less numerous and generally larger. They should be fun opponents when they're not absolutely totally terrifying. There are few things I am more concerned about fighting in this game than an army that is loaded down with war mammoths. Those basic feral mammoths that we saw before weren't that bad, but war mammoths are really scary.
You know who I am?
Alright, so the port at Erengrad is ours.
The White Dwarf.
Grumbrindle needs to go into... Nope, Grumbrindle doesn't have any move left. 45, man. Alright, what I really wanted was for him to go into encampment mode. Oh well. I guess just get all the way over here. So the special port at Erengrad, 500, 1,000, 2,000, plus 10% tradable resources faction-wide. That's pretty good. Oh, and it's a source of pottery, which I think we already had. I think we're gonna go for a growth building here. I'll put up a defensive structure when we get it to tier 3. And we'll probably stay here and guard it until then. It's really, really important to hold it. Let's get some of that Grimnir's heirs. Oh wait, sorry, Grumbrindle didn't level up, his runesmith did. Yeah, he's in a lot of danger this turn. Well, good luck, sir. He'll probably live.
Lord of Clan Morgan. Retake the realms.
Okay, so let's move you to the edge of our territory.
My king acts.
We'll get one unit recruited here. pretty far off of being able to get a Regiment of Renown back, so it's probably just going to be a Longbeard, just so we can get moving. Yeah, he's got plenty of ranged. I wish we could, I wish we had a moment before we continued forward, because I actually would really like to get some good rangers in here, but I think it's important at this moment to really keep moving. Also, make sure that even though Karak Kedron should be pretty safe, because it's in the middle of our empire, I don't want there to be any chance of that falling. Drakenhof actually could really use the extra Untainted from this upgrade.
Master of Runecraft.
So I guess there's not really a good reason for you to leave the settlement this turn. Let's take one more little bit of replenishment. Turns out the northern armies are on their own for a moment longer. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. Can I reach him? I cannot. Because I have Lightning Strike. I was hoping that I could Lightning Strike him out real quick. Okay, can you... Oh, how far up can you get? There we go. We're going to put him in ambush mode right here.
Casting the runes.
And I'm going to move Ungrim forward. Okay, that should be enough range that we can attack Krad Tommen, or maybe even Grimgor, depending on where he is next turn.
This may work.
There we go. Now we've got two traps laid, and him wandering into either of them should be lethal for him, I think.
It's a clan and hold. Using guild routes.
Alright, I think we're actually getting pretty close to one of the mountain ranges. I think this is one of the things we have to take, right? Obsidian Peaks. Oh, that's really far up. Titan Peaks? Yeah, okay, Titan Peaks. Looks like we have some Dark Elves in our future.
And hold.
We're gonna get real familiar with this entire map.
Punish the grudge makers. The throng is mustered.
Okay, when he levels up, he gets to be immortal, which will be really nice. We actually don't have a lot of super high level characters, just sort of like due to the weird way things have worked out. I don't think we want to take any upgrades anywhere over finishing up Karak 8 Peaks, right? Well, you know what? Maybe with Tilia sniffing around the way they are, maybe it would be a good idea to focus on upgrading Valia's Sorrow first. And Crooked Fang Fort, just like make sure we have defenses everywhere. Yeah, you know what? I think so. Especially because now that we have a couple of Tier 5 settlements, getting to Tier 5 in all of our settlements or in other settlements is a little bit less important. Because a lot of it was about, you know, getting the Engineers Hall going and getting the top-level hangar and stuff. Alright.
What?
If we hold Erengrad this turn, next turn we step Guthrie out, put him into encampment mode, move Grombrindle in. It probably will be very difficult for the enemy to take it from us at that point. Especially since we know that neither Wintertooth nor Clan Moulder has an army in the area anymore. We do know that a Norskin army disappeared to the south as we were approaching, so they could turn around and reappear. Grimgor sees Ungrim and... I was hoping that was going to make him go to the west and get caught by Craig's ambush. That's a shame. It does look like there's not that much left in the Warriors of Chaos faction. They probably only have like 2 armies. Maybe only 1 even. So actually, maybe Kislev will be fine. Maybe we provided enough of a distraction. We killed 1 entire Chaos army, so that's, you know, that's material support. That counts. Oh man, there are so many Norskin... We got a long battle ahead of us up north here. I gotta say though, I am moved by the scale of this thing. It is really impressive how large the campaign is. This is part of the reason that I didn't want to do a Mortal Empires campaign until Norska proper was in, was that I knew it would be a huge undertaking and that I might not want to do another one right after. So, if we're only going to get one shot at it, we should take that shot when it's good. I am really enjoying this. We'll see how I feel about it 20 episodes down the line when I'm slogging through Norska half a move at a time. Court of Liberis has declared war on all of our enemies, almost as though they were trying to curry favor. Man, I'm worried. If Kislev falls... I'm assuming that the Kislev itself doesn't provide a landmark building for us. It's probably just for humans. Maybe for Chaos, too. Oh, no, that's right. The Chaos Warriors faction actually doesn't do settlements. They're a Horde faction. God, the Blue Vipers look strong. I guess, like, after we finish up down here, probably the next thing we do with Ungrim and Crag is we just sail across the ocean and start fighting greenskins over there, right? Turns out we will never, never be done with them. Oh, man. Oh, that's right. I gotta summon a Rune Lord. A Runesmith. We need agent cleanup over here. Unfortunately, that's really a Thane sort of thing, but we can maybe have a Runesmith try to do it. Okay, so our units are getting assaulted. Everybody's getting assaulted. Beastmen are spawning over here. Hopefully the Court of Liberis will deal with that. Well, he fell back to Kradtommen, but that's why we brought a second stack. We are ready to deal with Kradtommen.
Vengeful Rune Lord. Setting off. I am the Slayer King.
Wait, actually, does Crag have the trait for defeating... Okay, he does not have the trait for defeating Grimgor, so actually he should initiate the battle.
To die in battle. I do.
I wonder if this will give the Grimgor trait, because it's a siege battle and not a battle directly against his army.
By the ancestor gods.
This will be something. Okay, we're going to do this manually, but it's going to wait a second. Hold on, let's get other stuff done this turn. Take me to Guthrie. There we go. Okay, I missed a little bit. That was close. Oh, Zoishenk is so close. We're right there.
Onward.
Alright, so let's move you out just the tiniest bit.
To war.
I was trying to figure out which side to put him on. I do not think it actually matters.
I am the White Dwarf.
Okay, there we go. Upgrade growth.
One rug. How can I help?
You need to do some recruiting. We need to start bringing some new stuff in. So let's see. His siege equipment all survived. He's a little short on melee, a little short on ranged. And how many turns are we from... Okay, we're probably still like 7 turns away from this. So there's no sense in trying to delay his Iron Breakers until then. We're going to fill his army up before we have that that thing. You know what? I actually really want some Bugman's Rangers. Like, Bugman's Rangers compared to a Quarreler. What are we talking about? Only 2 less missile damage. Oh no, sorry. The Bugman's Rangers have more missile damage. They have a little bit less ammo and a little bit less armor and better stats in every other way. Yeah, you know what? I think it's worth the extra turns of recruitment. I was really impressed with these things. Oh, but we're going to be fighting a lot of chaos. So we do want... Well, we do want some armor-piercing ranged as well. Let's get another unit of Quarrelers or Thunderers in here. And then... From there, it should probably pretty much just be melee, right? He's got a lot of artillery. He's got a fair amount of ranged. Let's just grab some Slayers and stuff. Okay, so 4 turns of recruitment. Unfortunately, we really can't speed this up very much. Looks like this army will be back in full health in like 2 turns. Pretty close to full. Alright guys, just hold out. Don't lose Erengrad. Reinforcements are coming.
Beards in belts.
Huh. High chaos corruption. Okay, let's coming down. I guess there were chaos-aligned armies in this area recently, so that's why that's so so high.
I'll cast the runes. I do.
All right, we will slow down and replenish as we get a little bit closer, so that we arrive in pretty good health. But it's important that we get there quickly. All right, let's check out this mountain range.
Move.
Is this... yeah, this is Titan Peaks. The ancient city of Quintex. Again, marked as just generally of special importance, not specifically to lizardmen or dark elves. We're gonna have to get some good scouting intel over here. I'm wondering if it's gonna turn out to be a better idea for us to land up north and fight the dark elves. Like, we'll have to see what the situation is as we're arriving. Why am I not getting the...
Onwards.
oh, because the settlement's already sieged.
For
Okay, hold on.
Kazancore. Grenadier is with us.
Break siege. Hero can't interact with the settlement while it's sieged.
By the king's command.
We should try to assassinate... yeah, if we take out the shaman, they won't have any magic in the battle, I think. Hold on. Is that actually true? Does the garrison have a shaman? No. Okay. Yeah, see if you can drop that shaman. 64%? That's better than a coin flip.
I challenge the earth.
Alright, Thorgard, you're doing Grimnir's work out
I
here.
hope
We can no longer initiate the battle with Crag.
someday.
Well, better we get it done now. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine.
Attack! Attack them!
Yeah, better we get it done now than we give them another turn to replenish or to run out and attack one of the armies without the other one reinforcing, because that's what would actually happen. Alright, let's do it. This is going to look a little bit like many of the settlement battles that we fought in the past. In particular, I'm noting that Grimgor Ironhide has an army that is composed of just him and his hero as far as units that can actually get up on the walls and fight. So it should be really easy for us to take the walls. The settlement garrison obviously will be a little bit more competent, but we have way too many bodies. So the question is, where do we want to hit here? Around the gate is where the biggest gap is. That's probably the play.
Grudge thrower!
So put all the grudge throwers here. And you know, if we do end up shattering a section of the wall or something, it actually wouldn't even be that big of a deal this time. Actually, we should probably have the grudge throwers a little bit further back. The AI tends to target whatever is closest with the wall towers, in my experience, so let's make that some things that have shields.
For the ancestors!
Yep, and then everybody else just kind of muddled in behind.
By Valea's will!
I feel like we haven't done a battle with Ungrim himself in a little while. Alright, let's grab our Longbeards. I'm just going to give the wall commands now. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3. We're gonna want to take over this whole part of the wall. Alright, Longbeard's up first. Hopefully they will view this as a chance to be heroic and not as me definitely intentionally sending them to their deaths. Actually, Ungrim should be up the wall first. I think he's fast enough that he'll get up here by himself. Also, very in character for him.
Gyro bomber! Move now!
Actually move the gyro bomber up as well.
Skirmish! Be it ready! Nothing can stop us!
Yeah, get over there, but let Ungrim put up the first ladder, because I definitely want him up the wall first. Oh, that's not what I want. Hold up. Victory is in our grasp, is it? Yeah, that's a little better. Basically just, like, get up here. Be part of the battle. This would be an okay time to tell the rest of our ranged and stuff to head up. The rest of the dwarves have enough of a head start now that I don't think they should get overtaken. Okay, we gotta pay attention to our, oops, not this one. Where's the right gyrocopter? There we go. Yeah, we gotta pay attention to this one. Now remember, these are mostly goblin arrows, so you can see we're taking a ton of fire, but it's not really doing that much damage overall. Hey, orders, you have... what is he doing? The AI of my gyrocopter seems to be broken. Go fast? There, okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, so real quick, is there any reason to come down here and drop the bombs down here? I mean, there's a lot of stuff down here. But, to be honest, a lot of it's not that scary, and there's no, like, black orcs or anything. Then again, the wall is covered in goblin archers and orc boys, like... Well, we should run deep and drop the bombs where they will do the most total damage. That's not a bad start. Try to go through here. This is what we really want. Okay, yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of damage. Gyro bombers are okay. Actually, we probably have to get this guy out of here. Yeah, Spider Rider archers. They'll do enough damage that it's probably worth just getting out. Okay, start in on the archers. Do not let them arch us. You can go fight that goblin big boss. You know, I'll go ahead and use Red Ruin here. I think that's okay. You guys get up this wall. Actually, you also get up this wall. I'll wait on the ability usage until we're closer to more guys. Alright, so the big uns are up. We should probably now have the Giant Slayers start climbing. I think our ranged are going to be hard-pressed to find targets, not because they should be, but because they just often are. Hard to shoot up onto the walls and stuff. See if we can get these guys to shoot into the group of big uns. They're not really armored. Wow. Dude's just being thrown from the walls by the impact of the siege weapons. We should probably tell the siege weapons to cool it. Is Ungrim doing his thing? No, he is not. He seems to have gotten separated from Grimfang Legbiter, which seems like a name specifically designed to make fun of dwarves a little bit. I would say that is in poor taste. Where's those big ones? Yeah. Got some spells on them. I think with all of our abilities and everything, they're going to have a really hard time surviving the assault on the walls for any period of time. And we don't want to send everybody up the walls. We want to win the walls, and we want to send our ranged up the walls, do some of that stuff. But here, they have so much stuff that we're going to have to fight inside that we want to make sure we have some fresh troops down here. Man, I would not want to be down here in this little, like, murder alley. They're gonna have a hard time dealing with this gyrocopter unless they're willing to bring some of this cavalry ranged forward. You know what we should do, actually? We should pull the catapults up. Oh, I have units of gyrocopters that I totally never even gave orders to. Yeah, we should pull the catapults up to about here, maybe? So that we can fire in. Because there's a lot of stuff that's deep enough in there that we should be able to shoot over the walls at it. Alright, we're winning the walls pretty handily.
By the layers will. I am ready. Stop the walls. No muffin about.
We can start casting spells on guys down here. There's no reason for us to wait. Yeah, the gyro bomber has what is known as a target-rich environment over here. Shoot these squigs. Let's command group these guys, and we'll just do a quick run behind the walls. Gyrocopters are very good. Again, we don't want to get ourselves too deep in here. It kind of looks like we've won the walls already, though, doesn't it? Oh, you're out of ammo. That's why you're not fighting. Never mind. I do not want you to descend and engage in melee. Not just yet. Alright, looks like the walls are mostly pretty clear. Alright, so let's have gunners. Well, I guess I should not tell them to climb the same ladders, because that'll be slower. This is the Quarrelers can be instructed to just fire over the wall. We're gonna have to fire. We're gonna have to fight a lot of cavalry down here inside the walls. But stuff is pretty messed up. We've done a lot of good work. Actually, can you hit the catapults at all? Okay, we're starting to expose ourselves to the other cavalry within the walls here. Actually, two units of us against one unit of spider archers should be able to just burn the spider archers out. Where are those catapults? Okay. We have to fire fairly deep because of the fact that the catapults will not angle up very well. Maybe I should have kept some of the catapults further back. That's right, the problem we're having here is... I don't know. It's fine. We'll be fine. Okay, we're breaking stuff down. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to turn fire at will back on, and let's see if you can find a target. What? These are orcs? Why are there orcs still on my wall? Where did these even come from? They don't have a, what do you call it? They don't have a unit flag or anything. Oh. What is happening down here? How did you get down? Well, Rorik Halfhand is, for some reason, off the wall by himself. He thought he was the only unit that needed to be down there. This is what happens. This is what happens when you go down there by yourself. Gyrocopters are doing some solid work. These guys are really eager for an opportunity to get up the wall. And we actually have some longbeards that have decided to run down the wall as well. We're having some trouble with unit discipline. Okay, we're getting the shots I was looking for here. How dare they fire back, instead of just sitting there politely and waiting to die. There's still a lot of them, actually. Like, this is a really, really large garrison. It's more important that we worry about these siege crews first. Honestly, the wolf chariots have so few actual models in their unit that they can't really deal that much damage. That unit of longbeards is just dead. I don't know why people are getting down off the walls. We are not in the down off the walls phase yet. We're in the gunners lining up and shooting everything from the walls phase. Which is a real good phase. Could you guys actually take up your positions, though? I appreciate you also sort of firing down, but if you were not standing in a mass, this would be a little easier. Yeah, they're just not inclined to listen to me when I tell them to get back up the wall. That's fine. Alright, so we're getting a lot of stuff run off the back of the map. Is our unit of longbeards finally dead? Okay, we're starting to fire down. This unit seems to not be shooting at all. Okay, there they go. Just low rate of fire. Alright, it's looking pretty close to time to descend from the walls and have at them. Keeping some cavalry way out to the sides, and we could, if I was so inclined, like, take this really slowly, run gunners out to the edges. Do they have anything over here? They did. They've kind of changed their mind about it. But I don't think that's necessary. We're not going to see any retaliation down here. They only have one settlement left and no other army, so when this is over, the Greenskins will basically be over. I do want to see if we can get this unit of trolls running away before we descend, though. And then we'll have Ungrim go down there and fight, what's-his-face? Ironhide. Okay. For some reason, they're just standing there and getting shot at. Seems like a strange choice for a cavalry unit. They could just easily leave. Alright, the trolls are running. We're going to have to deal with the squigs, but that's fine. Let's get you and you. Is this Longbeards? Longbeards. Longbeards. Okay. Time to go. Get control of the gate, open it up, and let the rest of the units through. In particular, Ungrim Iron Fist, focus there. Our other Rune Lord was defeated because he chose to jump off the wall for no reason at a time that made no sense. And now that the Longbeards have joined battle and gotten the enemy attention, it is time for the Giant Slayers. We still got units firing down off the walls, making approaching very tricky. In particular, they seem to have figured out how to hit Grimgor Ironhide, which I appreciate. Notice how much the rate of fire from the walls has gone up. They're finally excited to be involved in the battle. Ah, that guy's toast. The Longbeards out here form a nice wall. Oh. We didn't even get to do the next phase of the battle, where everybody comes in through the walls and we really have at them. Or through the gate. That's fine. I'm not going to complain about having won the battle too early. But I will say, for what is basically the last stand for this faction, kind of a disappointing showing on their part. Well, I believe that will be the last we hear from Grimgor Ironhide. You have been a huge pain, and I'm happy to be done with you. Unfortunately, it looks like we might have lost a runesmith here. Well, we have to hire a new one this turn anyway for Thorgrim's, or not for Thorgrim, for Grumbrindle's quest, so I guess we'll just hire it down here. Have it go into Ungrim's army, because I think there's a real good chance this guy is actually all the way dead in battle. It's kind of annoying that, like, mostly your units seem to know not to chase stuff off of the walls, but every once in a while, something jumps down, just can't control its bloodlust. Yeah, there's no reason to loot this. Let's just take it the gentle way. Ooh, a Talisman of Preservation. Nice.
I grow restless.
Yep, Ungrim's runesmith is well and truly dead. Well, can we recruit a hero? What is the runesmith building? Where do I have one? I'm not at all sure where my, nope. Crag. Everybody has the ability to summon, Thanes, because Thanes are summoned from the melee building. The melee unit building. Okay. So did our hero actually die? Yeah, he's dead. He's not coming back. Alright, well, we need a new one. Honestly, that's not a bad thing to have in an army. I don't know if it affects the whole army, or if it's just him. So, okay, here we go. This is tough. Boki Strongarm versus Gomrund Bugman. I do like this, but also, melee attack for all of the units in your army is pretty cool. It's such a small amount, though. Yeah, let's reduce the odds of, what do you call it? The odds of enemy heroes actually getting stuff done against us. Because, like, block army is super annoying, hinder replenishment is super annoying. Alright, he has orders. Grumbrindle described the rune he had seen in his dreams to the runesmith. The wise old dwarf had many centuries under his belt, but was shocked by the complexity and potential power of such a marking. Although this rune was of Valia's making, the runesmith could see her hand all over it. It nevertheless uses elements of her brother gods. To craft such a rune, additional knowledge would be needed. Firstly, from the runesmiths in the dwarfhold of Carrick Cadron, where Grimnir's influence is strongest. I had to move somebody to Peak Pass, man. I don't have anybody near. Everybody's very busy. I guess I'll just summon another lord. You know what? It is not unreasonable for us to grab a Thane to send north to be our character killer. So let's grab a Thane. Actually, that might be a good idea for him too, because he's going to get assassination attempts constantly. Also, recruits at level 9 here. Alright, so we'll move this guy to Peak Pass next turn. That's how we'll advance that. So assassinate and specialist all the way up, so we're looking at an additional 14% chance to succeed in an assassination already. And then I have 3 skill points left. I guess yeah, start working on the other blue line stuff. Okay. We are still 11 turns off of population growth here. We can maybe cut a turn off of that. So we've used everybody's movement. Yeah, everybody's doing replenishment and recruiting where they can. Dringa Rakaz probably does not need to get upgraded right away. Not being on the front. Actually, those 2 points of population should definitely go into Valia's Sorrow. So we're definitely not upgrading that. Yeah, Jufbar could get upgraded to a proper dwarf hold. This slot should have something in it. But actually, I don't know what. Black Crag's not really in danger. Yeah, whatever. We'll save the money. Okay, let's do one more turn just that I remember to get my get all my various heroes moving, because I will forget. Apparently there's a real population surplus in Jufbar. They really want us to know about it. Alright, like I said, if we don't get attacked in any serious way during this round of enemy turns, I think we probably will have a pretty good hold on Erengrad. Looks like the Warriors of Chaos lost that army that we saw. That's good. They're basically defeated. Like I said, when they spawned, there will be multiple waves of Chaos. I don't know how many. I think in the first game's campaign, it's like 2 or 3. It's like 2 waves that look like this, and then a third wave that has the actual Chaos Legendary Lords at its head. And if you defeat that, they stop showing up. Here, I would expect it to be more, just because, you know, everything is sort of scaled up here. But who knows? I think we're going to have a number of Dwarven armies committed to the northeast corner of the map for a long time. That might not be a good role for Grombrindal. He seems like sort of a quester, but probably
Greetings.
Gotri is going to stay up there.
Have a request, I'll hear it.
What's up, man? A defensive alliance? Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think we could do that. We have a lot of the same friends. This will make it less likely that anybody will declare war on either of us. Gives us a little bit of defense in case Tilia decides to get a little untrustworthy. I'm still really nervous about that. You can get into some trouble getting into too many defensive alliances. But I think we're okay for now. As long as the forces of chaos are on the map, the factions of order tend to kind of stick together. I don't know for sure that will actually hold the whole time, but after you defeat the final wave of chaos, all of a sudden everybody's at each other's throats again, the moment there's no longer an external threat.
Slayer oath would have me kill you where you stand, but
absolutely not. There can be no peace between our people. You are the worst. Alright, failed to assault our units, succeeded in assaulting our garrison. That's totally fine. That garrison barely exists in the first place. And the Varg are also over here harassing us. Yeah, we need a character killer up here really badly. And here's Sirtha Ek. Well, I think we should be able to deal with that. What's up? Yeah, 10% extra money. I don't think we need any positive relation points with Clan Angrund. We're probably approaching 1,000 by now. So yeah, I'll take a smallish increase to our income. All right, we have to slay Sirtha Ek. We cannot allow chaos to be falling into our lands and raiding us and just generally, you know, wearing those hats that they wear. That's not okay. All right, let's get aggressive. Let's push Misty Mountain.
To die in battle.
No time to recover.
No chance.
Oh, hey, Skarsnik. Ungrim has defeated Skarsnik and Crag hasn't, right? Which one is he? Sneaky Smiter? Yeah, I actually think this would be a really good thing for Crag to have. So we are going to not screw this up this time. Cradtommen maintained its garrison building, but unfortunately lost a level when we took it.
For the wisdom of the layer.
Alright. It's like the level of chaos corruption has fallen.
Much?
That's good. We're getting it back under control.
Buns bright.
There was some scary time there. Apparently I can't quite make all these river crossings unless I use the underway. There we go. Right, and in fact, we're back in friendly, non-corrupted territory. So there's our replenishment.
The axe thirsts for war. It is time.
I mean, I can ride out here and just kill him, right? His army does not seem to be up to the task of fighting Guthry's stack, and we're actually in much better shape now than we were a couple of turns ago. I think we should be able to just take him. Hold on, let's do some other stuff first.
Plan and hold.
Okay, I need to go around this extremely dense forest, apparently, but I figured out where one of the mountain ranges is.
thirsts for war.
I almost want to leave Misty Mountain empty just to see if they'll take it over. We're probably just going to have to kill these guys. I generally cannot trust a rogue army not to behave terribly within your land.
Let's move. Wrong is musted.
Okay, Gotrek Oathkeeper needs to move into Peak Pass. Move a character to the Desolation of Nagash. The runesmith sends word that progress has been made, but further learning is needed. This time he must travel to Karak Azul, where the residents claim direct lineage to the god of miners and smiths, Grugni. Within the rune forges of this great hold are Grugni's secrets, secrets that will finally unlock the power of the Valaya's new rune. That's, down here. Okay, so we can have our new Rune Lord head through there. Actually, it's a pretty large region, isn't it? Karak Azul, Spite Peak. Okay, actually, that won't be a problem at all. We can have one of those armies down there do that. So yeah, your movement orders are correct.
Retake the realms.
Alright, so we could just do this right now. We could wait a turn for some more replenishment. I will be at basically full health by then.
No.
He's not gaining any health. He's already at full, so I guess it's purely beneficial for us to wait. I guess the other thing that could happen is another army could come to support. I think we can wait. Alright, and then we have settlement upgrades to consider. Lots of upgrades in lots of places. Alright, we can remove all of the growth buildings here. Although, honestly, I still don't know that I want to spend a lot of resources upgrading the recruitment stuff in this area, because Karak Kadrin can serve us for global recruitment. I guess there's the top level of this increases our global recruitment capacity. That's probably worth spending on. And then just, like, buildings that increase our trade capacity, right? Like, anything that gives us money. Here we'll build the trade building in this slot. Technically, these are worth a small amount of money because they give you extra trade resource, and then we should change this. We no longer need the growth. Yeah, just tax rate up. Alright, here we're definitely not making any changes. If I think there's some chance of the Tillians turning on us, I guess it's a good idea to cap this out and put a defensive structure in. Bitterstone Mine is far enough from the front. Actually, never mind. It's right up against them. Let's just be sure. I'm a little unsure. All right, we'll do one more turn here because I really do I want to wrap up the greenskins this episode. We're making such good progress lately. So we'll wrap the greenskins and we will prepare for Sirtha Ak. The battle against Sirtha Ak can be the beginning of next episode. Yeah, I really thought we would have started recruiting a 7th army by now, but man, we're really tearing through this money, aren't we? We have a lot of upgrades that have needed to be done for some time that I just have been a little too stretched to do. So do the greenskins still have territory over here? They don't, right? Like this province, or this region that we're approaching right now, is the last greenskin settlement, I think. I'm still really nervous about getting in bed with the Wood Elves, because they're really aggressive and weird. And also, everybody else dislikes them, and I just don't want to get pulled into a bunch of weird stuff because I was friends with them and that reduced my approval level with everybody else, and then everybody else was like, hey, I don't know if we can trust these dwarves. Let's all... I don't know what would happen. I'm just nervous, and we don't need the Wood Elves as friends, so... If anything, probably fighting the Wood Elves is a good way to continue cementing our other friendships. It's a kind of a distant concern because we are stretched as thin as we can be right now. But, like, the Bretonians would probably really appreciate some help once we get chaos under control in dealing with these guys. Alright, so the Cult of Pleasure and Negorond are the two, like, really big Dark Elf factions. They're the ones we're going to have to worry about up here if we want to get these northern mountain ranges. I don't really know that much about fighting Dark Elves. I don't feel like I've fought too many Dark Elves in my
Let us speak quickly for
in my Vortex campaigns. Non-aggression pact. See, here's the thing. We have to take the mountain range that they're in. And I'm wondering if we're going to be able to get them to come over to our side or maybe even confederate, or if we're maybe going to have to clean them out, right? I guess we can probably push confederation as a solution to this. Although, maybe they're going to lose the mountain range entirely? It looks like they are not doing so well over here. I think Kislev is recovering a little bit. They're starting to have some stacks. I don't know why they ran an entire army all the way back to Fort Jakova. I can't imagine they'd turn on me. That would be a bad thing to do for their long-term survival. Given that I am probably crucial to holding off the continued waves of chaos. They're going to start the next chaos push much weaker than they started this one. Alright, let's see if the Varg have a greater plan here. Nope, just kind of running slowly toward me in a weird way. Alright, well, Sirtha Ek is a dead man. For a number of reasons. A caravan raid. We can afford a public order hit, and leadership is always good. Another archivist. Do we really not have the ability to equip that archivist on anyone? Alright, we want this very badly. Like, we have some new guys that we just hired. Man, we actually have a lot of... Alright, I'll go through our characters and get all this stuff sorted out. Alright, you are already headed in the right direction. Let's do this.
Aye. If you say so, beardling.
Yes, my oath is intact.
Alright, so we want Craig to engage.
Right.
And this should be an auto-resolve, I would think.
By the force, father.
Yeah. They got no walls. This is nice and easy. And we occupy. And that's the end of that. Hey look, we finally did it. And it only took me probably 110 turns. Fiery Ring of Throry. Okay, so this gives the person that equips it a breath attack. I was going to say, that's weird. We already have a ring that shoots fireballs and it's got a different name. But I guess there's a bunch of different rings that have slightly different fire spells in them.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Alright, we can just move Ungrim back to Spite Peak. Get this done right now. Alright, using Grombrindle, win 2 battles against Greenskins. Man! Wait a second, where'd that text go? On his way back from Karak Azul, while traversing the underway, the runesmith is ambushed by Groby scum. The goblins attack, but are quickly sent on their way by the enraged dwarf and his bodyguard. It is only in the aftermath that the runesmith realizes the attack was a diversion. The thieves had stolen his copious notes on forming the new rune. Grombrindle soon discovers that this is not mere crooty luck, but a ploy by Skarsnik, goblin warlord of Karak Eight Peaks. The devious Gobbo has somehow learned of the runesmith's powerful knowledge and stolen the notes, but to what actual end remains unknown. The White Dwarf learns this tale of woe from another of Valea's visions. The only Gromril lining is that if this had been a chance encounter, then the runesmith would likely have been slain there and then. The White Dwarf is enraged at this injustice and immediately begins the hunt for the runesmith's lore, killing all greenskins that get in his way. So probably Grombrindle's going to have to be refocused to fighting the Blue Vipers. Because now he has 2 quests that require him to defeat Greenskins. Alright, so this probably can wait until next episode. Did he... Hold on. It kind of looks like he moved close enough that we're going to get reinforcements in this battle. Yeah, what a weird thing to have done. I assume that he'll retreat when we initiate here, and then we'll, obviously we'll chase, and we will kill him. Let me make sure I give this guy some orders. And we're so close to finally having a character make it to Zoishank. We will, I swear. I'd be a little bit cautious for the moment, but we will get there. Okay, so you have all of your recruitment slots full. You're working. It's going to be a while before we can upgrade Erengrad again, and we need to stay right here until that happens. Okay. Oh, and we have 300 Oath Gold, so we're going to get to do some crafting. There's a lot of stuff coming up, but that is going to have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to, I don't know, to see us fight Norska for 200 turns, probably. The beginning of that. And we'll see you then.